I have 3 children, but my 14-year-old, who was then 13-year-old, I guess she was in 8th grade, Ned had come to speak at her school. She goes to school on the Upper West Side, and all the kids really liked him. And over the course of a week or so, I would go into her room, and one of her friends and she would be reading the book aloud. First it was a girl, her friend Sarah Softness, and they were laughing and talking about how wasn't this true to life and wasn't this funny. So I read it and I agreed. I mean, I thought they were absolutely right, and I tracked down the rights of the book to Free Press, and we met with Ned, and there was sort of a meeting of the minds, and I brought it into Miramax, and we decided it would be best suited for a television series.
Right now we are coming up with ideas for a pilot episode of a television show based on this book. I want it to be like Seinfeld with teenagers. I want to have strongly developed characters and a lot of humor, and I want to take from the plots in the book but not be limited to them. And we're going to go and pitch it to the networks this year, and if it gets picked up, then we'll get to make our pilot episode. And everyone wants to know casting, of course. That's the first thing. I think we get all unknown guys. Although I would really like the guy from The Sopranos to play my dad. That would be great. The James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano. My dad bears a striking resemblance to Tony Soprano. So it's all fun right now.
My advice, and I give this advice to my children too, is that if you have a good idea, see it through. I'm a big believer in, I think writing is a gift. It's great to read and write, and if you have that gift, you should try to make something of it.
If you have this dream to be a published author, you can look at it as, I'm a small person versus the world, but the way I always looked at it as, who else is going to do this? I mean, I'm smart. I know what's going on. I'm good at observing things. I can write pretty well. You just have to change your attitude around a little, because as a writer, as a good writer, you're a real commodity that places will want. So if you just sort of just flip it in your head and view it as you being in the position of power, and you going out and offering your services to the newspapers and magazines that you read and enjoy, I think you'd be surprised how far you can get. Really surprised. I was very surprised how far I got. I threw out the backpack when I was a junior and replaced it with a bag from the Army surplus store. I never did learn the name of the girl.